Well, there you are, Mr. Glogauer. Embrace, fade out, the end.
I see. Wait, I don't understand. You said what?
Embrace, fade out, the end.
End? You mean you take this scene last, but it's not really the end.
Sure it is, isn't it?
Certainly, sir.
Well, how can this be? What about the backstage scene?
So what?
On opening night, when her mother is dying and she has to act anyhow.
That wasn't in it, Mr. Glogauer.
Why, no.
Wasn't in it? I had 12 playwrights working on that.
But it wasn't in it.
This is a picture about a little country girl, right?
Yes, sir.
Who gets a job at the Broadway Cabaret.
There isn't any Broadway cabaret.
No Broadway Cabaret!
She doesn't come to New York in this.
Doesn't come? You mean this cabaret owner doesn't make her go out with this bootlegger?
Why, no, Mr. Glogauer.
Well, what happens to her? What does she do?
Well, this woman stops off at the farmhouse and takes her to Florida and dresses her all up.
And there's no backstage scene? Any place?
No, she goes out swimming and then gets too far out and then Cyril Fonsdale.
Let me see that script!
It's all in there, Mr. Glogauer. See, there's where she goes swimming.
Do you realize what you have done, Dr. Lewis? You have made the wrong picture!
Huh?
That's all you have done! Made the wrong picture!
Are you sure, Mr. Glogauer?
Who gave you this script?
Why, it's the one you gave me.
I didn't give you that script. She goes swimming. Swimming! Do you know who made this picture? Biographed in 1910. Florence and Maurice Costello. And even then it was no good.
Look, Mr. Glogauer, this
$60,000 I paid for this scenario. And where is it? In swimming!
Well, everybody was here while we were making it.
Oh, everybody was here. Wow. Where were their minds? Kammerling!
It is not my fault. Dr. Lewis gave me the script.
I brought you all the way from Germany for this? And Miss Newton, you held the script in your hands. Where were your eyes?
I got it from Dr. Lewis, right in his office, I'm sure.
So, Doctor, on Wednesday nights, we open. And we have got to open. And after that, it goes to over 400 exhibitors, whom we have signed contracts for. So, tell me what to do, Doctor. Please!
Well, couldn't we release it as a super special?
Never in my life have I known such a thing. From now on, I make a ruling. Whenever we produce a scenario, somebody has to read it!
Yes, Mr. Glogauer.
You know what this does to your career, Sawyer? You are through! Swimming! This kills your career. And do you know who we have to thank for it? Dr. A fine supervisor. The business is in the hands of incompetence, he tells me. So, what do? I give him everything he wants. Exactly how he wants it. His own star, his own staff. And oh yes, where were you while all this was happening?
Mr. Glogauer, I was at the Cason. That I had nothing to do
But
with.
Miss Daniels was here all the time with Dr. Lewis. What about that?
Yes, I was here.
Well, where was your mind?
To be honest, Mr. Glogauer, I thought it was just another super jewel.
Oh, you did?
I couldn't see any difference.
You couldn't, huh?
And while we're on the subject, Mr. Glogauer, just why is all this Dr. Lewis's fault?
Why? Is it his fault? Who did this? Who else is there to blame?
Well, if I'm not too inquisitive, Mr. Glogauer, what do you do with yourself all the time? Play marbles?
What's that?
Where were you while all this was going on? Out to lunch?
I'll be in my office. That'll be all. I'll be in my office. And I want you all to understand that none of this is to get out of the studio. That's official! Come, Hyland, 17 years, and this is the worst thing that has ever happened to me!
Mr. Glogauer, I've been on the set. This never would have happened. I had nothing to do with that script.
That is all. You will be notified.
Well, it's the wrong picture, and it's the wrong horse.
Oh, Susan, don't cry like that.
You heard what Mr. Glogauer said. I thrilled my career is ruined. You mustn't take on that one. Everything will be all right.
But it wasn't my fault, Susan. I didn't mean to make the wrong picture. It's too bad, Miss Thomas.
Yeah, isn't it?
This is movie business. It is also the same in Germany.
It is, huh?
Actually, it is worse. I think I'll go back.
Well, you fixed everything fine, didn't you? On top of everything else, you had to go and get smart.
It's time somebody got smart, Jerry.
Well, you did it! And maybe you think Glogauer isn't sore?
Well, you don't have to worry, Jerry, do you?
What?
You don't have to worry. You crawled out from under. You give as pretty an exhibition as I've ever seen.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing, just what you stood up for George.
Well, somebody has to keep his feet on the ground around here.
Well, yours all right, aren't they, Jerry? Yep, right deep in the soil of California.
Well, I was trying to fix things up. That's what I was trying to do.
No, Jerry, no. It's been coming on you ever since we got out here, and now it's here. You've gone to Hollywood, Jerry, and as far as I'm concerned, that's that.
I wanna be loved by you, loved by you, only you. I wanna be kissed by you, kissed by you. Bo-bo-bido.
She wouldn't talk to me, May. Shut the door right in my face and wouldn't talk to me.
What?
She just keeps crying, won't even talk to me.
Everything is all right, George. It is for me, anyway. Just fine and dandy.
Fine and dandy.
Just swell.
She ought to know I didn't do it on purpose. I tried to tell her. Look, May, you think the picture's so bad?
That is what, George?
Bad as he thinks it is?
Well, I think it's got a good chance
Of what, May?
of being as bad as he thinks it is.
Oh.
By the way, George, just to keep the record straight, how did you come to make the wrong picture?
Well, I've been trying to think. You know that thing in my office where they put the new scenarios? Well, if you're in a hurry, it looks exactly like a wastebasket. And so I reached into it, only it was a wastebasket.
Thus endeth the first lesson.
But look, if I go to him and tell him how it
Hey,
happened...
Dr. Lewis! Miss Daniels! Right in here. I thought that was taking a long time. You're late. Executive office. No answer. Wait a minute. Who else have you got? Kammerling, Weiskopf, Niederstein. Ah, yes. Do you want yours?
You mean we're fired, May?
Good and fired.
Yeah.
Me too. Well, we've got a solid gold dinner set anyway. 106 pieces, and every piece marked with your initials and diamonds. That's not bad for 2 months' work. No, George, you haven't got a solid gold dinner set.